What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're doing a very heavily requested rebuild as of late. You guys have been wanting to see this for a while, and we're finally getting to it. Their Gary Trent Jr. Raptors rebuild. So yeah, man, as you guys know, if you were in the stream on the day of the trade deadline, I'm a Blazers fan, and you guys know I was very sad to see Gary Trent Jr. go. I was even screaming at the top of my lungs for Gary Trent Jr. I was very sad, man. But I got to watch Gary Trent Jr. grow up, not grow, okay, I want to say grow up, but like become a really good player in this league. Growing up is kind of a weird thing to say because obviously I don't know him personally, but I saw him become a really good player in this league on the Blazers, from the summer league to where he was now with us, and then we traded him at the trade deadline for Norman Powell, obviously. So today we're doing a Gary Trent Raptors rebuild. I have no doubt in my mind he's gonna be a great player for the Raptors for years to come. I imagine they're gonna re-sign him because they traded Norman Powell for him. So yeah, I'm hoping we can make something happen today. And other than that, I hope you guys smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. 6% of you watch this aren't even subscribed. Other than that, let's go ahead and jump right into this, and let's rebuild the Gary Trent Toronto Raptors. Raptors roster, you got Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry, Siakam, Chris Boucher, OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr., Aaron Baines, Rodney Hood, Patrick McCaw, Stanley Johnson, DeAndre Membry, and the list goes on. But as we all know, the Toronto Raptors are heading towards a little bit of a rebuild. Now, I wouldn't say it's a rebuild like the Oklahoma City Thunder where they're going young and trading for a bunch of first-round picks or anything. But they are trading some guys, and I feel like what they'll be doing is I feel like they'll keep like Fred VanVleet, Siakam, and Chris Boucher as like some of the oldest guys on the roster, and then they're going to continue to like groom some young guys down here, whether it's OG Anunoby or Gary Trent Jr., who they obviously just traded for. So I think it's going to be a mix. Like, it's not going to be necessarily a rebuild. I think it'll be a little bit of a more of a retool, and I believe Fred VanVleet and Siakam will be a huge part of that. I think Kyle Lowry will be traded via sign and trade this offseason, unless he just walks for nothing, which I think Toronto would love to get something out of him, which they wanted to at the trade deadline. It just didn't happen. So looking at the starting five, though, I know I have to fix this myself because what they've been doing lately is actually starting OG Anunoby at the 4 and starting Siakam at the 5. They've been running kind of a 3-guard lineup with OG Anunoby at the 4, like I said, and Siakam at the 5, because they don't really have a good center on the roster. They have Aaron Baines and Chris Boucher. Chris Boucher is severely undersized, and Aaron Baines has been very underwhelming this year. So this is what the rotation is going to look like. We have, like I said, Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Siakam, Chris Boucher, Aaron Baines, Rodney Hood, and Patrick McCaw. So what I expect to happen this season, I expect us to be a playoff team, I would like to think. And then obviously after this season, we are going to be trading Kyle Lowry in the offseason via sign and trade, hopefully, is the plan. And then we'll start the retool / rebuild for the Toronto Raptors, and hoping to as well keep Gary Trent Jr. in the offseason, because like I said, they did trade Norman Powell for him. So hopefully we can make something out of that. But let's go ahead and so to the end of the season, see where 2K thinks the Toronto Raptors will be. And obviously there's no start today, so kind of starting a brand new season with the lineup that we have. So let's go ahead and do it, though, see what happens. So at the end of season number 1, 2K does not think very fondly of this Toronto Raptors roster, as we finished as the 11th seed in the Eastern Conference, which, you know, is a possibility for the Raptors, but I think they'll probably get into the play-in tournament, and then it'll go from there, see what happens. But yeah, so let's say the Raptors, we land a lottery pick, we went 37-45. I'll also look at the playoff stats before the players, or not player stat, or playoff stats, but player stats before the season actually ends. So we have 22 from Fred VanVleet, 22 from Siakam, 21 from Lowry, 11 from Boucher, 10, 9, 9, and 5, and 3. So we got a lot of retooling to do in the offseason, obviously. But we got the Miami Heat going all the way to the NBA Finals to unfortunately lose to the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James and Anthony Davis take over. Once again, rematch of the NBA Finals goes the same direction. So league meetings, let's get to it. Draft lottery, very important time for us. I believe we have our pick here, which we do, W. So we're projected the 8th pick in the draft. And I've seen a lot of Raptors fans on Twitter who want to tank and get a lottery pick. So here you go. You got it yourselves a lottery pick. So with number 8, we do stick at number 8, so we do not go anywhere else. We have the 8th pick in this draft. And then obviously the staff, I think I'm just going to go ahead and keep the same. I am going to grab a better trainer, though, obviously, because we do like those 3 training camps. And then Cecil North, I'll go ahead and sign him as well. So coaching staff can say the same. The Raptors have definitely severely underperformed this season. But like I said, I could definitely see them getting into the play-in tournament. But other than that, I'm not going to trade anybody that's on the roster right now. I kind of like what we have. So we're not going to have a ton of cap space. So there's not going to be a lot we can do. But good thing we have this 8th pick to see if we can snag somebody who could definitely be an immediate help to us. So at number 8, we have Scotty Barnes is still on the roster. We don't really need forwards necessarily. BJ Boston. We kind of need a big man more than anything. But there's nobody out of this draft where I'd say, oh, we definitely draft him here. Like I said, I see Scotty Barnes severely drop to us, and I kind of like to grab him here, to be honest. 18 years of age, from Florida State, I believe. Yeah, Florida State. And so I like Scotty Barnes with that selection. And then with the second round pick, I'm going to grab a center, maybe like a developing center, hopefully. And maybe there's not one on the board right now. We have Alex Alexander. Don't know who you are, but hopefully you're good. I don't know. You're probably not. But so with that second pick, we got a 70 overall. So he could at least somewhat develop, I hope. And we got Scotty Barnes with the 8th pick. Love it. Okay. Player options, we got Chris Boucher, Aaron Baines. We're going to decline. We're going to decline Rodney Hood as well, Bembry, Paul Watson. So of course we're going to keep Chris Boucher because we would love to have him back. So welcome back. Qualifying offers, Gary Trent Jr. Of course, this is the big story with that trade that happened. Are the Blazers going to re-sign Norman Powell? Are the Raptors going to sign Gary Trent Jr.? Obviously the Raptors have a huge advantage to signing Gary Trent back because he's a restricted free agent, unlike Norman Powell, who can just opt out of his player option, which he probably will, and he's going to be unrestricted. So he has the freedom to do whatever he wants. So Kyle Lowry, we're going to bring him back 1000%. Rodney Hood, I'm not too worried about. So Kyle Lowry sign and trade actually is going to happen right now. So let's say someone would take Kyle Lowry for 21 mil, let's say like 22 million, 3 years, and we trade him immediately. So we're going to renounce a lot of the guys right here. So we're going to renounce Aaron Baines and Rodney Hood. We're not bringing back Stanley Johnson and guys like that. So Kyle Lowry is back. And then, okay, so big man still on the board. I'm going to look at that again. And then Gary Trent Jr. is getting an offer via the Grizzlies. And of course, we're going to match that. That would actually be a really good fit. John Moran, Gary Trent Jr. in the backcourt together would be a lot of fun to watch. But of course, he's coming back to Toronto because he's the title of the video, and we're going to keep him around. So now looking at Kyle Lowry, like I said, we are going to do this sign and trade. Ideally, I would love to get a center out of this because we need a big man bad. Like Chris Boucher is very undersized and would love for him to come off the bench, but he does some great things when he does come off the bench. So Kyle Lowry, we need a big man. Who is that going to be? What's the best team for Kyle Lowry? We're going to go ahead and find out, look around and see what we can find. Sense to me, to be honest. We get a big man and a young player out of this trade, and we get a first round pick. So we get a big that we severely need, a 7-foot Ivica Zubac, who is a really good player. He's 24 years old, which is going to fit the timeline of guys like OG Anunoby and Gary Trent Jr. So this is the trade I want to make happen. They want Ellis Alexander, and they're going to give me a second round pick. So unfortunately, we are just trading that center we drafted. But at the end of the day, we get Zubac, Luke Kennard, and a first round pick. So happy with that. Welcome to welcome to Toronto, Ivica Zubac, because we definitely needed a big, bro. We definitely needed it. So now we don't really have a point guard, but obviously Fred VanVleet's going to switch over there, and then we'll probably have Gary Trent Jr. move to the shooting guard, and I want to move OG Anunoby back to the back to the small forward because I think that's where he belongs. I don't really like him as a power forward. Siakam's going to play the 4, and then Chris Boucher and Ivica Zubac are going to fight over center minutes, which I'll probably start Zubac because he's 7 foot and could definitely play center full time. So, and then Gary Trent Jr. So I'm going to move Fred VanVleet to point guard right now. He goes down to 85, unfortunately, and then Gary Trent Jr. is going to go down to a 79. So yeah, so we got our backcourt of Gary Trent Jr., Luke Kennard, Fred VanVleet, Malachi Flynn, and then you got OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, Chris Boucher, and Ivica Zubac. So love what we have here. I'm going to go ahead and dissimulate with what we have player regression wise. Let's see how this treats us. So 85 Fred VanVleet, 85 OG Anunoby, Siakam 85, and Gary Trent Jr. with 81. But with guys like Kyle Lowry gone, we can go ahead and throw some shot tendencies at OG Anunoby's way, Gary Trent Jr.'s way, and that way we have some guys that are taking over the scoring load once Kyle Lowry is gone. So obviously I did this in the last Raptors rebuild I did, and it turned out great. So once again, I'm going to do this. So Fred VanVleet shot tendency, Siakam's is an 84. I want to move Fred VanVleet's up there as well. I want Fred VanVleet, Siakam taking we can maybe get it like to a 70-ish. We'll like 70. I'm going to put Siakam like 82, but OG Anunoby shot tendency at a 43 is just not going to happen. We got to make sure that comes up a little bit. So OG Anunoby, we're going to throw his at an 86. I want to see OG Anunoby become like a really, really good player. And then Gary Trent Jr., of course, he is the title of the video, so I want him to take some shots as well. So let me go ahead and mess with these a little bit more, and we'll maybe do something like that. Okay. So I like that. Overall, I like that. So that is going to be the shot tendencies, and then training camps, untapped potential wise. Of course, we want to throw one at Gary Trent Jr., and then the other one we're going to throw at OG Anunoby, and then this last one we're going to throw at, I would say, probably Zubac, right? Because Zubac just came over here, so we want to see him kind of as a full-time center for us. So let's go ahead and see how our starting 5 looks. We have Gary Trent, or Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, Zubac, Chris Boucher, Scotty Barnes, Luke Kennard, and Malachi Flynn. I'm actually loving the rotation. It looks very awesome. And I'm hoping this year we're a playoff team. That's the hope anyway. I think we got younger. We got better. We got a good, decent package for Kyle Lowry, so I'm not complaining. Let's just go ahead, though, and simulate the rest of the season, see how things finish out, and hopefully, like I said, we're a playoff team in the Eastern Conference. And Norman Powell, we finished as the second seed in the Eastern Conference. MVP goes to Joel Embiid. Suggs is Rookie of the Year. Malcolm Brogdon, Sixth Man of the Year. Eyes Defensive Player. Precious Achiuwa, Most Improved. And Steve Nash, Coach of the Year. All NBA first, you got Luka, Trae Young, Giannis, LeBron, Embiid. All NBA second team, you got Harden, Lillard, Zion, Jimmy Butler, Jokic, and here's your All NBA third team. So no Toronto Raptors, but I'm sure ours was more of a team effort, and we didn't have any rookies, obviously, in the starting five. So we're the second seed in the East, 51 and 31. Player stats wise, OG Anunoby, this is what I kind of wanted. I wanted OG Anunoby to take a huge leap for us. Because like I said, I mean, I said this in the last video, but I feel like OG Anunoby at one point was compared to Kawhi Leonard, like the next Kawhi, like we were saying. And I think he could definitely still develop into that. With Kyle Lowry and Norman Powell gone, there's going to be a lot of scoring there. So OG Anunoby could step into that. And they got Gary Trent Jr., who's given us a nice 19 points per game as well. I think this is definitely something Gary Trent Jr. could do, man. I really do. He's a great player. Sometimes he can be inconsistent, but most of the time he's a really good player. Like I said, Scotty Barnes with 14 off the bench for us, Zubac with 10 and 9, bringing some much needed size at our center spot, and then Chris Boucher with 10 off the bench as well. So let's go ahead though and see how we perform in the playoffs. We're playing the 76ers. We have Kent Blazemore playing the small forward, so that's a little bit of a downgrade from what they used to have. Let's go ahead and see if we can beat the 76ers here, as we are up 3-0 and we absolutely sweep them. So that's actually a really good sign as we beat them in 4 games. It looks like Embiid 30 and 12, and then you got Fred VanVleet 25, OG Anunoby 25. So now we're playing the Miami Heat, who have Chris Paul. Okay, this is a really good lineup. Oh my goodness. Okay, Chris Paul must have signed for like 32 million. How do they afford this? How do they actually afford this though? Like, they had that much cap space, or did they trade for him? I'm a little confused on how they could afford that, because that's 32 million going to Chris Paul, 19 million going to Victor Oladipo, 36 million going to Jimmy Butler, obviously Precious on a rookie contract, then Bam's getting 28 million. I am concerned on how they could afford that, but whatever. Someone in game 1, they're up 1-0. We even it up though, so if we could beat this team, that'd be like immediate justification. 2-2, 3-2 lead for them. I just don't know how Miami affords that, bro. Like, how they must have traded for. I guess they had the bird right. I don't even know, bro. I just don't know how that works. But all right, let's just go ahead and see if we can somehow beat this team. Okay, we're not rolling over and dying. We're forced into game 7 and we're going back to Toronto. That's what I love to see. OG 29, 26, 19, and 12. Let's go to game 7. Huge game 7, like absolutely huge. So if we can get past the Miami Heat here, I think we beat anybody, because this is a super team if you ask me. Miami's got themselves a squad, as it is a very close game. So we're going to slow this down. 100-103. It is a tie game. 103-104. I'm loving what we're doing here. 105-104. Come on, score for me. Let's go. 105-104. 108-104. Okay, too close of a game. Too close of a game. We're jumping in. We're jumping in early here, bro. Why is Luke Kennard out here right now? That I am questioning. That makes no sense to me, but whatever. Let's get Chris Boucher cutting. Okay, Bam. Okay, and I'm just gonna. All right. Well, I was hoping I was gonna be able to get that cut to the basket, and then now I just get the weird animation. So that's unfortunate. All right, whatever. So just gotta get a stop here, which is easier said than done, obviously. But game 7, we're only down by 4. We definitely can do this. We can do this. Jimmy Butler on OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby's got that elite defense. Almost got a steal, but Chris Paul just lobs it up in the air, and Bam Adebayo with the offensive board. But oh my goodness, what a block by Chris Boucher. I'm gonna just go ahead and dribble around. Okay, I was hoping you would just dunk that, Siakam. I was not trying to take a jump shot, bro. Why did you stop? I was literally running with my momentum. Man, that's so annoying. Okay. We got a really good defensive possession, and then I just blow it there because, like I said, I was trying to drive, not just stop in the middle. Good defense again, and we can't get the rebound. Wow, this game has not gone my way whatsoever so far. Wow. I've literally gotten cheesed every possession so far, and it is 53 seconds left in the game, so there's really no time to screw around anymore. We cannot get cheesed anymore. So, Chris Paul trying to do something here. We're playing good defense. Mid-range by CP3. He misses it. Okay, no screwing around, man. We gotta hit something here. Oh, I wanted to go OG Anunoby for 3, but okay. I'm just gonna shoot it, Fred VanVleet. Please go in. No, OG Anunoby with the offensive board. That's huge. And one. No, bro. And one would have been huge there. Would have been absolutely humongous. Okay, we green light the first one. That's good. Let's see if we can get the second one. That was a big offensive board. Okay, so that's good. 106 to 108. We still are in this game. A 3 would have been freaking huge, bro, like I said. So, all right, it's got to get a good stop again. We've been playing great defense so far. Absolutely fantastic defense. Jimmy Butler to the rack. Good defense again, but just a better shot. Just a better shot by Jimmy Butler. Wow. You couldn't have played better defense there. You really couldn't have. Butler, better offense. This team is cheating. It's cheating, man. Like, how... Once again, I'm questioning how they're affording this, because that's just a lot of money. But they must have had bird rights somewhere. Okay, we're definitely going to need a 3 here, like immediately. Jimmy Butler, player of the game. Very nice. Unless we get like a really quick basket. We don't necessarily need a 3-pointer, but it definitely would go a long way. Let me see if I can just get Gary Trent to the basket. And nope, it's going to go out of bounds again, though. So I guess that's good. Whatever. All right. I was trying to get a quick basket. And all right, can someone send me a screen? Like Siakam? Okay, not gonna happen. Let's go. And that is a wow. Okay, I'm leaving this game. I am definitely leaving this game. That was ridiculous. And we still lose. Okay, whatever. That did not go my way whatsoever. That was a terrible, terrible gameplay. I should probably cut that out, but I'm not going to. The NBA draft in this offseason, and we have the 26 picks, so we could probably get somebody good here. I think this draft's somewhat deep, so hopefully we can grab someone. Scotty Lewis is here again. I don't know why. I'm not going to draft him again, obviously. So I'm just going to go ahead and draft Devin Askew, I guess. So unless if there's 2 Scotty Lewises that I'm just not aware of, but I don't think there is. So we got Malachi Flynn and Vika Zubac. Qualifying offers, got none. And then free agency. Chris Boucher, I know, is a free agent, so I definitely want to bring him back. I think he was an important part of what we do here. So welcome back, Chris Boucher. And then Zubac is a free agent too, is he not? Let me see. He is not. Okay, so actually he's not. So we got Zubac, Chris Boucher back, Siakam, Ojinobi, Scotty Barnes, Gary Trent, Luke Kennard, and Malachi Flynn, Fred VanVleet. Honestly, I'm not going to do anything. I think we made it to the 2nd seed last year, and I think with a little bit more development, we'll be just fine. Because 2nd seed, and then now we got more development coming. I think we're going to be golden this next year, and hopefully at the end of season number 3, we win a championship, because we were really close there. Kind of almost got out of the 2nd round to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think we could have beaten Chicago. I'm going to throw this at Fred VanVleet. I'm gonna throw the other one at Scotty Barnes. I'm gonna throw this last one at Zubac because I want to see him continue to grow. All right, so looking at this rotation for the final season, got Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Siakam, Zubac, Scotty Barnes, Chris Boucher, Luke Kennard, and Malachi Flynn. Loving it. So proficiency wise, 3.5 at balanced, and we can go nowhere. Okay, so we're only gonna be a balanced system. Let's simulate season number 3, and let's see if we can win a championship. Curry is on the Brooklyn Nets, which is just weird to think about. What does that roster look like? I'm wondering. Oh well, we'll see. I'm sure they're in the playoffs, so we'll probably run into them, I imagine. Scotty Barnes, 6th man of the year. You love to see it. 38% from 3, 16 points per game, and most improved player goes to Tyrese Maxey. We actually won 60 games, which is actually awesome. I'm assuming because we had a really good 6th man and a lot of good scorers on the roster. So 16 points, 17, 19, and 19. So love to see it. We're playing the Boston Celtics in the 1st round. Kemba, Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Culver, Robert Williams, Maurice Wagner. This is not going to be easy. Someone in current round. Can we beat them? And we beat them in 5. Okay, so really good. We beat the Boston Celtics. That's actually really good. And Miami got eliminated. So that is actually another good sign for us. Now we get to play the Charlotte Hornets, who have LaMelo Ball, Adrian Griffin, Gordon Hayward, Washington, Nick Richards, Dinwiddie, Miles Bridges, Terrence Clark. All right, someone in current round against the Charlotte Hornets. And we beat them in 5 as well. And now I get to play the Orlando Magic. If you guys have been watching my videos for a while, I'm a little terrified right now to play the Magic. I'm not going to lie. Cole Anthony, BJ Boston, Isaac, Jabari Smith, Wendell, Markelle Fultz, Mo Bamba, DiVincenzo. Wow, they got themselves a young squad out here, but I feel like we beat this team. And we beat them in 6 games, so that was closer than I wanted it to be. But now we're playing the Portland Trailblazers, so we have to see something. Do the Blazers still have Norman Powell, Damian Lillard, McCollum, Moses Moody, Isaiah Todd, Nurkic, Norman Powell? So we got Gary Trent Jr. versus Norman Powell. This is a perfect way to end this video. Like, if we lose, I'm ending this because, like, this is literally a perfect way to end this video. So Norman Powell, let's see what he got paid. 15, 16, 17 mil. That could be around what I would say he might get paid more than that, but could be around that. All right, so let's go game 1 here though. We're up 1-0, so good start. 22 and 10, 34 4-6. Obviously low key I'm hoping the Blazers win. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm doing a rebuild, so it really doesn't matter. This is 2K world. We're up 2-0. So Gary Trent Jr. 19, Siakam 19. Up. Okay, 2-1. 2-1. Okay. Moses Moody with 26 got himself a good game. Lillard 19 and 14. Game 4, we're up 3-1. You know what would be awesome if Gary Trent Jr. just had like a 40-point game to win this damn championship, and we beat them in 5 games. That's what you get for trading Gary Trent freaking Jr., dude. Okay. Totally kidding. It's fine. I like Norman Powell, but Scotty Barnes wins Finals MVP off the bench type stuff though. Was he off the bench? So Scotty Barnes joins Andre Iguodala as someone that wins the Finals MVP off the bench. W, bro. That's a W. Okay. But we won a championship with the Toronto Raptors. Gary Trent Jr. Wow, look at this roster, bro. Everyone's like an 85 overall and above. You love to see it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. The fact that we ended it off against Norman Powell and the Blazers is just absolutely amazing. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Leave a like if you did. And tomorrow we should be doing the Norman Powell one. So it should be a lot of fun. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.